Section 3.2, homework problem number 3. So here I have a similar example. We have some blue circles, and then we have some orange circles. So here we have, in my case, I have 8 plus 7. In your case, you have 6 plus 8. Okay, so let's take a look at the drawing they gave us. We can see if you count the blue circles, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. So there's 8 here. And the orange ones, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's a 7 here. Now, if we want to add them together, say how many circles together, notice that they in the drawing, and if we look at what they did, they took 2 orange circles and moved them together and put these 2 together with the blue ones. And so let's see the blue ones. Let me mark it. So we have 8 of them. So these are the original blue, 8 blues. And what they did is they added to these 2 orange ones, and we know 8 plus 2. I guess when you teach kindergarteners, you can ask them to use their fingers so they can see 8 together with 2. That's a total of 10, which gives us, I guess I'm put it right here on this side, 10 together, 10 circles together. And this, and we still have, because we had a 7, we took 2 out of 7, so that means we're left with 5 oranges now. So there's actually a little bit of subtraction involved here. So 7 minus 2 is 5. Or they need to know 7 can be broken down as 2 plus 5. Okay, so now we already know there's 10 here, plus these 5. That gives a total of 15, because it's easy to add any number to 10. And you just change the last digit. So okay, so this idea, this method is called make a 10. Why? Apparently we made a number 10 right here, because 8 plus 2 is 10. Okay, so of course yours is slightly different. So first thing, we need to write equations that correspond to the drawing. Write equations, and be careful with the parentheses. And also we need to know which property is used here. Okay, so first let's write down the equations. Now this is the origin. So let's look at the beginning. So we had 8 blues plus 7 oranges. So that was the problem we asked to solve. What's 8 plus 7? In your case, is 6 plus 8. Now, what we did is, and notice I used the pale parenthesis for 2 plus 5. So this is what we did here. We broke 7 circles into 2 parts. So let's just highlight a 7. And because 7 can be broken down as 2 plus 5. So this is what we did. So make sure you put 2 and plus 5 inside a pair of parentheses. That indicates that we broke down 7 as 2 plus 5. And why did we break down as 2 plus 5, not say 1 plus 6? Because 1 plus 6 is also 7. Or 3 plus 4. It's because the first number is 8. In order to make a 10, we need a 2. So that's why we're not using, let's say, why don't you break down 6 as like 1 plus 7 as 1 plus 6? Because if you break down as 1 plus 6, although it is correct, and this one orange circle together with 8 blue, it's only giving you a 9. It doesn't give us 10. And remember, they want us to make a 10. So that's why the other ways don't work. We have to use 2 and 5. Okay. And so first step, you break down 7 as 2 plus 5. And in the picture, you can see they, kind of like trying to separate these 2 from the other 5. And what we did next is we switched the parentheses. We don't switch numbers. The numbers stay in the original place, 825, 825. But what we did is we move the parentheses from here to, see, the 2 and 5 were in there, but now it's 8 and 2. So it's kind of, in the drawing, it's we are grouping the orange ones and the blue ones together. Okay, in math equation, we are regrouping. So we just switching the parentheses. So instead of, so these two right here, let's use, so these two orange circles, originally they were together with the other oranges, but now we're gonna switch them and put them together with the blue ones. Okay, so right here with the together with the blue ones, and numerically or in terms of equations, we're just moving the parentheses. Okay, so it's gonna go from here to here, and this property is when we're switching parentheses, it's called associative property. And the reason, how do we remember the associative property? Because these two balls or two circles, this number 2 can be associated with the rest of the 5 oranges. It can also be associated with the blue ones. So it depends on which one you want to associate this 2 with. And so that's why we call it associative property. Okay, now after that, we're just gonna add 8 and 2 to get 10. And the rest of the 5 oranges added to 10 gives us 15. So this is the equation you're supposed to write, which corresponds to the, which matches the joins. Now, the property they use is called the associative property of addition. Again, when you switch parentheses, not numbers, you don't switch numbers, that's called associative property. When you switch numbers, it's actually called a commutative. Okay. All right, so part B, make a math drawing for 7 plus 5. So I did 9 plus 5 instead of 7 plus 5. Again, this time you have to do the drawing yourself. So make a 10. Also write equations. So first I drew 9 blue balls or circles. So that's 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm going to draw. So make sure you use 2 different colors so that you can tell you can see 2 numbers you're adding. So there's wait, looks like I'm missing one here. 9 plus 5. So there should be another one here, another red one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to make a 10. So we're going to take one of the red ones and add it to the 9 ones. Again, students need to know 9 plus 1 number is 10. So how do you make a 10 from 9? So you're going to add a 1. So we're going to put the one red one together with the blue ones, so that make a 10. And the rest of it, so the rest of 4 of them added to 10, that gives us 14. Okay, now when you look at the equation, so we started with 9 plus 5, but we're going to break down 5. From the picture you can see I took one of them away, so we and you're going to be left with the 4, right? So 5 can be broken down as 1 plus 4. And that one we took away, we're going to add it to the blue ones, so which gives us a 10. And then we added the rest of the 4 red ones, and that gives us the answer 14.